guys, welcome to Sabbath School. I want to tell you a story today that comes out of the Bible, and the clue for what story I'm going to tell you is right here. Let's see. This is called pumpernickel bread. It's nice and dark and has a really good flavor, and it's nice and chewy. Pumpernickel bread, and this is water. This water came out of my well, and so you don't taste chemicals, you just taste good water. It's good. Let's see. How are we going to figure out what Bible story this might give you a clue for? Well, one way we could do that is to look in the back of the Bible. My Bible has what's called a concordance. A concordance lists all the times that word is listed in the Bible. So I looked up under bread, and there, it's really long. There are 28 listings about bread. But you know what? The verse that I want to tell you about is not listed there. Well, another way we could figure out is where to find in the Bible the story is to figure out if it's in the Old Testament or the New Testament. The Old Testament is the story of what happened before Jesus came to earth. The New Testament is the story of what happened when Jesus came to earth and after. And in this case, it's going to be found in the Old Testament because it's a story from a very, very, very long time ago when the Israelites had kings. And the kings, this king that I want to tell you about was really not a good guy at all. In fact, he was really awful. Turn to 1 Kings 16. Pause the video for just a minute, go find your Bible, and turn to 1 Kings 16. Okay? Pause. Have you found it? Did you find 1 Kings 16? Well, I want you to turn to 1 Kings 16, verse 30. This is something that I never want anybody to say about me, but this is what it says. It says that Ahab, son of Omri, did more evil in the eyes of the Lord than any of those before him. Who's Ahab? Well, Ahab was the king of Israel. And he was a king of Israel for 22 years. But during his reign, the Israelites, led by King Ahab, started worshiping Baal. Baal was an evil god. He was not a real God. He was not our God. And instead of worshiping the one true God, the Israelites began worshiping Baal. So Ahab married Jezebel, and she wasn't nice either. Well, at that same time, Elijah was the prophet, and Elijah did worship the one true God. He was God's messenger. And you know, when you think about it, Elijah had to have a lot of courage to deliver messages that God asked him to deliver. And he was asked by God to deliver a message to King Ahab. It says in chapter 17, verse 1, it says, "Now Elijah the Tishbite from Tishbe in Gilead said to Ahab, the king, 'As the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years except at my word.' Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah, 'Leave here, turn eastward, and hide in the Kerith ravine, east of the Jordan. You will drink from the brook, and I have ordered the ravens to feed you there.'" Now, would you like to eat something that the birds had brought to you? I'm not sure I would, but if I knew that God had sent the birds with something for me to eat, that might change my mind. And that's exactly what happened. The whole land of Israel had this big famine. because there was no rain. So all of the crops didn't grow. There wasn't any food. They had a really hard time even finding enough food to keep them alive. But God was taking care of Elijah. And every morning and every night, the ravens came and they brought bread to Elijah. And there was water that was flowing in the stream right by where Elijah was sleeping. So Elijah was safe the whole time. You know, God can take good care of us. No matter what's going on all around us, God can take care of us. There are all kinds of stories in the Bible about how he took care of the people in the old times. And do you know what? He takes care of us too. So let's trust in him and believe that God will take care of us.